And this is with each frame taking half a second, so 60 frames a second. So this is divided by 30. And it definitely comes from that center point. I'm going to choose another image now. Do that. Still get the audio, I don't know. Anyway, it's a 2-camera shot, and what you are, it's not ideal. If I go back here, what you would ideally want is a top-down camera shot and one from the side, maybe somewhere either above the cathode or in between the cathode and the anode. What this is it's kind of two top-down shots, and it's basically what Dave had available already in his tank, as I understand it. And so what you're actually looking at when you look at this video here is you are looking at the behind and in front of the electrode. So where you're seeing here, this is behind and it's masking this actual plasma glow quite nicely. And so we will step through this. So let's see. So you can see here on the left-hand side, which is it's sort of in front of the plasma, you can see a track coming out, and over here on the right-hand side of the frame, you can see the same track coming out. If I step forward another frame, you can see, not so clearly probably, there's another track up here, which is this one over here. Okay, it's not so clear, but it's coming out of here, and then this one has progressed over here, and you've got that in both frames. Here again, you've got it up there and over here, and the one that's coming out this side again, this is clearly a spiral. This is clearly a spiral, and so is the one out here, but there are different frequencies. This is a slower spiral than this one, and you can see that you've correlation between the fast-moving spiral and the fast-moving spiral. Now, the interesting thing is that the actual track length is quite similar. The one over here, you know, this one in the bottom right over here and the top left up here, it has one, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's not much different in length in that 60th of a second. But I think it's like, this is almost one full cycle on this one here, one full rotation. And this is like 3 maybe. So this is almost half lambda, and this is 1 lambda and a half type thing. So you can see here, again, very clearly, this one now is very clearly a spiral coming out here. So we step back there, step forward, step back. And you can actually imagine that the one on this side is born in this crack between these two plates, and the one on this side is born in the crack between these two plates. So it could be that between the cracks, between the cracks in the in the brass, which is what led to this. You see, so this black area here is the crack. There was a piece of brass on here. Sorry if I can see what I'm doing. Between here and here, there was a piece of brass. Between here and here, and there was another piece of brass between here and here. And so between these two pieces of brass, these tracks were formed. And so it could be that some sort of electron bunching, some resonance is going on between that little crack between those two pieces of brass, and that is what is causing enough of a build-up that's maybe causing it to electron bunch to the point of coherence, and that is spitting out these structures. So gaps, cracks, prominences, holes, these are all the kinds of things that might lead to the production of enhanced production rates of EVOs. And it might be worth considering trying to work out what the cracks are, and actually taking a brass plate and drilling or milling grooves of different widths, you know, or even a groove that gets slightly larger and larger and larger and larger, and then see where at different energy inputs you get a particular emission, and is it a different size, is it a different frequency? So there's lots to think about, and you can take this a very scientific approach with this. So we just step forward and back a bit on this one. Now, if I quit this, I actually have captured this whole track, and you can see it here. Okay, and if I go here, so you can see it here. I can actually zoom into this, hopefully, and show you. And you can really see that that is a spiral going on there. And again, with this, you can see here, and you've actually seen the animation now, so you know what I'm talking about. This is the end of the first part of the track. This is the beginning of the next part of the track. And what this implies, actually, is that there's no real trail behind this. This gap here, and this is an artifact caused by the JPEG compression. And again, you will have one a little bit further up, and after a while you can get to recognize where they are. There's one up here, there's an artifact here. So you've got an artifact here, and you've got an artifact up here. And similarly, over on the other side, there will be an artifact. So you've got an artifact here, where it seems to be breaking and so on. But clearly, this is a much lower frequency spin on the right-hand side. And that's corroborated by the other camera, where you can see over here, this is the fast spin track. This is the fast spin track over here. And coming